A 20-year-old woman killed, shot at point-blank range while pushing a baby stroller. Police are still looking for the killer. Statistically speaking, what are the chances of police actually catching that person? Sadly, in Philadelphia, a recent news report described it as a coin flip, 50-50. Police are so inundated with murder cases in that city, only half are getting solved. As one Philadelphia detective told CBS News, we just keep going and going and going. It's just the volume. It crushes you. Joe Sullivan is Philadelphia's former deputy police commissioner. Commissioner, why can't police stay on top of these murders?
Because at present, communities, especially communities of color, they've lost faith in the entire criminal justice system. They have really bared the burden of failed policies of progressive mayors who have conducted the depopulation of prisons without any type of system, bad legislation like bail reform, and the policies of progressive DAs like we have here in Philadelphia. There's been a complete de-emphasis on the needs of the victim. And this erodes public confidence in the entire system. We've seen a decline in Philadelphia in prosecutions of individuals carrying firearms illegally. I'm talking about previously convicted felons. Also a de-emphasis on narcotic sales and the prosecution of people that are peddling death, despite the fact that we have a crisis, an overdose crisis here in Philadelphia. And we know the connection between narcotics and violence. And you add to that, the issues that we've dealt with in regards to COVID and George Floyd. And it's just resulted in a mass exodus of experienced police officers and prosecutors. What does that mean? It means less manpower, less detectives carrying more cases, no time to work those cases. And you combine that with the lack of community cooperation for all the reasons above, and you see that clearance rate decline precipitously. And it's sad. We need to show communities, especially communities of color, that we can and we want to make their communities safe. But we have to get everybody on board, everybody on the same sheet of music, the police, district attorneys, judges, probation and parole, and operate as a system the way that we're designed to.
Let's go back to New York. After that young woman was shot pushing a baby stroller, New York Mayor Eric Adams blamed too many guns. Let's hear what he had to say.
This entire day, we have been addressing the problem of the overproliferation of guns on our street, how readily accessible they are, and how there is just no fear in using these guns on innocent New Yorkers.
The mayor, also a retired police officer. Joe, are guns the issue right now?
Well, guns are an issue, but not guns that are in the possession of law-abiding citizens. It's the lack of accountability for criminals that are carrying guns. The basic reason why New York City was the safest large city in America was because if you were caught carrying a gun illegally, there was accountability. You were going to jail, and that no longer exists in Philadelphia. It no longer exists in New York City. Therefore, there is no fear of career criminals to be committing an act like you're showing on the screen right now, because they feel emboldened. They feel that they won't be held accountable, and they also know that police are overwhelmed.
Well, you mentioned the manpower and lessening the manpower, and let's continue that conversation about the Great Resignation and how it affects police officers. Officers are quitting at an alarming rate. Let's talk about New York City and Philadelphia, both up. New York, 38% higher, 11% in Philadelphia. Joe, let's dive a little bit further into these resignations and retirements. Is it timing? Is some of these retirements just it's time to retire, or is it because of what we're seeing on these streets?
No, absolutely not. I talked to police officers in Philadelphia of every rank, and they're leaving. And they're going to either other departments where they feel that they'll be supported and they feel comfortable and secure doing their job, or they're going just changing professions. I mean, right now in Philadelphia, officers, this district attorney has prosecuted 54 police officers, and that's fine. The police officer breaks the law, steps over the line, he or she has to be held accountable. But the conviction rate is 3.9%. What is that telling you? And you need to pursue bad offenders, violent offenders, with the same passion and the same energy that you go after police officers with.
Commissioner, let's wrap this up with what may be a difficult question to answer, but I think it's an important one. What happens to a city full of murderers, full of gun violence, of crimes that don't get solved? It seems like the situation may get out of control.
I think it already has gotten out of control. And those communities, the poorest, the most vulnerable communities, they bear the burden of all of this. And that's why it's important that we there's nothing wrong with acknowledging that you put in place policies with the best of intention, but they did not have the desired effect. And now it's time to stand up and to pull back, reassess what we're doing, and look at what worked in the past, and reinstitute some of those policies. No one is suggesting that we don't continue with police reform. No one ever wants to go back to the days of mass incarceration. But we know there's a very small group of people that are responsible for a large segment of the violent crime. We need to focus on those individuals, and we need to get them off the street. We need to put them in jail, and we need other people to see that if you pick up a gun, if you harm another individual, you will be held accountable. And that accountability will be swift, and it'll be certain.
Joe Sullivan, former Philadelphia Deputy Police Commissioner, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.